In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your house battery system to trickle charge the starter battery on your vehicle. So if you've got a van, truck, or RV and you want to stop worrying about waking up to a dead battery on your vehicle, then this video is definitely for you. So let's get into it. There is nothing worse than being out boondocking and waking up to a dead battery, or returning from a trip where you left your vehicle at the airport and coming back and finding out that the battery's dead. This is a really simple hack that will allow you to make sure that your vehicle battery is always charged. And what it involves is using a Victron Orion DC to DC charger. Now, most people use these to charge their house battery system from the vehicle alternator while they're driving. But what I'm going to show you how to do this is how to use this in reverse to charge your vehicle battery from your house battery system. So this Orion is going to be separate from the Orions that you would be using to charge your house battery system. So this is an Orion TR Smart 241230. Okay, the first number is the input. So if I've got a house system that is 24 volts, this is the one I'm going to use, is the 24 volt. Okay, and then the next number is the output. So that's what's going to be going to the vehicle starter battery, which is 12 volt. And then the last number is the amperage. This is 30 amps, and this is really more than you need. And I just happen to have this one around. But what I typically would use is something around 15 to 20 amps, because that's really all you need. You don't even need that much to trickle charge. But there are two versions. There's the Orion TR Smart, and then just the Orion TR. I would recommend using the Smart version, which means that it has Bluetooth, because it really is nice to be able to turn this thing on and off, or to adjust the settings from the app on your phone. So I think these are a couple $100, but I will drop the price down below. We also have a resource for DIY builders, and that is a spreadsheet that has all the components that we use in our van build. And I'll put a link right up here for that, and also drop one down below. And a lot of people have told me that that's been an invaluable resource to them in their own conversions. So this will be on that spreadsheet as well.
Hey guys, are you a DIY van builder? That's how we started, and we love to support the DIY community. So we've created some resources that have helped in our journey, and we've made them available to you. We've got a free spreadsheet with all of the materials we use in our conversions. That's taken hundreds of hours to research and that we've tested and proven out. We have a download with the van build sequence that we use in all of our conversions. Plus, we've got other products on our website that tons of DIY builders have found helpful. Check out the links in description below for more details.
Now, it's really simple to set these up. All you have to do is the input is going to be coming from your house system. So from the way we've done it in this van is from our links distributor, we have just connected a positive wire to the input, and then the positive on the output side is just going to go to the starter battery. Now you want to match that wire to the amperage of the Orion. Now, depending on the length of the run, you need to size the cable. In our case, we're using a 10 gauge wire, and I'll show you where we've connected that in just a minute. But that's basically it. And then you just take your grounds, and you can either use the isolated or non-isolated version, and you just run the negatives to the links distributor, and you can run it all the way to the battery, but you don't need to. You can really just ground that to the chassis. You can also ground both of these to the links distributor. If you do that, you're going to lose the isolated part of this, but in a van conversion, the isolation doesn't really matter. And so you're fine running those both using a common ground for both of those negative wires. So this van here is using a 48 volt system. So you can see we've got the Orion 481220. So it's taking the 48 volts from the links distributor. It's running that to the input side of the Orion. And then both of the negatives I have grounded to the links distributor. And then the output is just this 10 gauge wire right here, and I have that running up to the starter battery. Okay, so right here is that 10 gauge wire we have coming in. We've run it through and up and around into the starter battery on the Sprinter. Everything that you connect to your starter battery, you want to have fused. So we've got a fuse on this one. We've also got a couple other things. We've got a ARB compressor that we've got fused here. So anything you connect to your starter battery, make sure that you put a fuse pretty close to the connection at the battery. And that's really all there is to connecting it. It's really simple. Now I just want to show you, I'm going to put this amp clamp around. So I'm getting, right there you can see 6.81 amps from my house system to the starter battery. And so really that's at plenty to keep this thing topped off and make sure that I don't have a dead battery at the worst possible time. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how you do the settings. So you're just going to go to the Victron Connect app on your phone, and right here I have the Orion Smart Trickle is what I've named it. And you can see that I have this in power supply mode. Now there are two modes for the Orions. There's power supply and there's charger. I've done a little bit of research and it seems to me that power supply makes the most sense if you just want to trickle charge your battery. Okay, the other setting would be right here. I can change this to charger. And when I set a charger, what it's going to do is it's going to go through and it's going to go through the whole bulk, absorption, and then float stages. And that whole process is not really necessary when you're just trickle charging and want to keep this topped off. You can certainly do it that way, but I think it's a lot simpler just to keep it in power supply mode. And then what I've done is for the output voltage, I've just adjusted this down to 12.9. Which is very low, but it's enough that I'll make sure that my battery doesn't die. It doesn't drop below 12.9, but it means that it's not going to be constantly pulling from my house battery system a lot of amps. If I set it a little bit higher, like to say 13.6, it's going to pull a lot more. So I would recommend setting it somewhere around 12.9 to 13. That's going to only pull like at the most maybe 10 or 12 amps. And you know, you could see that when the battery's pretty much charged, it was only pulling about 6. And then if the battery gets above 12.9, it's not going to pull any at all. And so that's a pretty safe way to do it, because if you're pulling, the more amps you pull, the more it's going to drain your house system. And you definitely don't want that. So you just want it. All you need here is a trickle just to keep things topped off and make sure that your battery doesn't die. The other thing that's nice about this is I can enable or disable the output. You can see right here, I've got output enabled, now is disabled, means it's shut off. So what you can do is if you don't need the trickle charging, you can just turn it off so it's not pulling anything from your house system. If you know you're going to be getting sunlight to your solar panels and you're not worried about that, then you can turn it on. If you're going to be leaving your vehicle at the airport, you know, you can just leave that on. And I think it's really nice to be able to turn this on and off easily just from the app. So that's why I recommend the version that has the Bluetooth, the TR Smart version. Now the input voltage lockout is just the level where it's going to stop charging. And I want to set that, the lockout at about 48. And I'm going to put the restart at 49. So that means if my house system gets below 48 volts, it's going to stop pushing any current out to the vehicle starter battery. And then once my house system gets above 49 volts, then it's going to kick back on. So that is just to protect your house system from being drained completely. So there's some nice little features here that you can control how much you're pulling, when you want to turn it on and off. And it's really just that simple. For a couple $100, you can ensure that you're not going to have a dead battery on your vehicle. Now, I just want to mention something that we're pretty excited about. We just got back from an Overland Expo this past weekend, and we were talking to some suppliers and vendors about a new product that we're going to be doing, and that is truck campers. We're going to continue to do camper van conversions, but we're also adding truck campers to our offering. Now, if you've seen these truck campers, they're awesome. What we're excited about is just the ability to have more space to build in, to give our customers a little bit more of what they want, to be able to have a permanent bed, but also a nice place to sit and lounge, hang out, watch TV, more room to cook, all those types of things. So these truck campers will be built on Ford F550 chassis, which is a massive truck. We're currently talking to several suppliers about the camper shells that we'll be using. These are fiberglass and also carbon reinforced shells that are super light, super strong, and have tons of capacity for building in them. We're super excited about this. If you are interested in talking to us about having a truck camper built for you, then please reach out. our contact information is down in the description. And hopefully if you already have a van, truck, or RV, then this video helped on how to connect your house system to trickle charge your vehicle starter battery so that you don't have to worry about dead batteries anymore. Now, if you want to see more videos like this about van building, pro tips, tools, product reviews, then please consider subscribing to our channel and be sure to smash that like button. And we'll see you in the next video. Jeff with Thrive Vans, Thrive on. See ya.